river. Are you ready?
Yes.
Bring your voice up. Zachariah Jackson, BASA News. Downtown Newark, Broad Street on one side, and Washington Street, I believe, is on the other. In front of the Harriet Tubman statue, and thanks to the city of Newark for helping to bring this great Harriet Tubman Monument down here, and I believe this right here, now in this Harriet Tubman Park. All right, I'm here with Lilisa J. Williams, who wrote the book, Release Your Power, 8 Strategies for Becoming Who You Really Are. Go ahead, Lisa, introduce us.
Good afternoon, and thank you for this opportunity, BASA News. We really appreciate you. I am the author of Release Your Power, 8 Strategies for Becoming Who You Really Are. My name is Lilisa J. Williams, and this book, I'm going to talk to you just for a moment today about a connection that the book has with this monument that we're standing here in front of. The monument honoring the late, great legacy of Harriet Tubman. So the book, Release Your Power, in this book, we're actually communicating to a lot of people how when you release your power, you can change the lives of many people, including your own. And I think what's so interesting about that concept is that the monument that is represented here today, Harriet Tubman, you know, some nicknamed her Mom Moses.
Yes.
And it was because she was known to say that I could have freed more people if they had only known that they were a slave. Now, that can go a long way. There's many, many ways we can apply her understanding and her teaching of that sentence. Many people could have been set free, many, many, many more people. But let's keep it with the people that were set free. We're here today as examples of freedom. I came to Newark, New Jersey, and now I'm free. I'm free from a lot of things, but one thing that I became free to do is to be an author. And to be here today to talk about something as important as freeing yourself. You see, 8 strategies for becoming who you really are, just like with Harriet Tubman, she was out there helping people to become free from being slaves, but they were also learning and they were also growing and developing so that they could really change their families and change their community and ultimately change our society. So when I thought about it, I said, how can what Harriet Tubman stood for,
Yes.
this great, amazing woman that changed so many lives and whole families and whole generations, what could little old me, little Lilisa, have in common with such an amazing woman? Well, it takes me to one of the chapters in the book, and on page 160, I reference something that Moses, you know Moses from the Bible, from the Old Testament. You can find a lot about Moses in the book of Deuteronomy, because in that book, his job, his assignment was to do what God had told him to do and tell Pharaoh to let his people go. In other words, to free them. And so in this book, I reference that. On page 160, I reference Moses, who Harriet Tubman was a type of Moses because she helped so many people become free. And if you believe that it can happen for you and that you can help many, many people, then you're going to want to hear what I'm about to read next. So in the book, I reference Moses. And on page 160, I say this: Moses of the Old Testament, he led millions out of oppression, out of poverty. You know anybody today that's in poverty, that's being oppressed, that's going through some hard, rough times. This is good news for you, because he led them out of poverty, and he told them about a place where they were going to go that was a place full of milk and honey.
Yeah.
So that would be like the good life for some people, you know, that thing that some people are always searching for, that good life. And what's interesting about Moses and Harriet Tubman, who also led millions out of slavery so they could have a better life, but here's what I found interesting about the two of them. They didn't get to see all the fruits of their labor. They didn't get to live, to go to that beautiful, special place. But you're here, and you get an opportunity. So don't neglect the legacy that's right here in your backyard. Don't neglect the powerful instructions and teaching and examples of Moses that you can find in the Bible, in the book of Deuteronomy, and other books. Take the opportunity. Don't let it pass you by. Do her legacy an honor. Even if it's a small thing you do, even if you just help one person. You may not help millions, but you don't know either. Because, you know, we're talking about the millions that she helped, but she may not have known at the time she was helping millions. And it probably goes farther than that, because what about the generations that weren't even born yet, like my generation? We're still benefiting from the work that she did, from the work that Moses did. But that's their work. I challenge you to have your work. What work will you do? I want you to get out a pen and paper. If you have the book, you could do it right in the book. There's areas of the book where you can take notes. But I want you to get out a pen and paper, and I want you to write it down, make it plain, help somebody, because you don't know when you may be called upon to help them. But write down, what could you do? What will you do? What can you commit to help someone out of something that they are in bondage to? It may not be slavery as Harriet Tubman dealt with, but it could be something that's holding them back. So I want you to talk about that. When you see this interview online, social media, YouTube, please make a comment, make a suggestion. We're here for you. I want to again thank BASA News. Thank you so much, Zachariah. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for this beautiful day and beautiful occasion. Until next time, it's Coach Lilisa Williams.
Again, this is Zachariah Jackson, BASA News. Goodbye.